Imaging Center, which is over there next to the Peak Dermatology and across the street from our orthopedic practice. It's where we do our outpatient imaging. We just recently, really, it feels like just recently.
Yeah, no, it hasn't even been a year yet.
Not been a year, so within the last year, we replaced the plain film x-ray machine there with a digital unit. So we can see more patients per hour, but the image is crisper, cleaner, easier to...
And less radiation.
And less radiation for the patient.
Less artifacts.
Less
Because my
artifacts.
cassettes were going kaput.
Yeah. One of the strengths of Banner, that in my career with Banner, for rural settings, Banner tends to invest far more in imaging than most rural hospitals do. So we tend to have more current information, current systems. That has not been the case in Payson because we acquired the hospital after community health systems, and they were not of that mindset. So it's taken us about 10 years to, you don't replace something just because you wait, but and over time now we will have it replaced almost every day.
Yes.
And I think there's another couple of units coming that are more like standard replacements that we have within the department that aren't flowery. They don't have big fancy names to them, but we're trying to make sure Craig and his team have the best tools, which helps retain you. I think and recruit.
That's a big part of it. So again, if you're just tuning in or just started watching our live stream, talking with Craig Shrum, head of the imaging department at Banner Payson Medical Center, and Heather Green, who's in charge of mammography, 3D mammography, and CEO Hoyt Scavelin. And yeah, 12 years, you said 12 years, and I was thinking about it because isn't like the MRI machine the round, it's the circle? I remember being at kind of the ribbon cutting for that, and I'm thinking, oh, so this is a new one, And when you said, yeah, it's kind of at the end of its life, and it was 12 years ago. Oh boy, I remember being there.
That was a big deal 12 years ago.
Yeah, going in and whoa, look at this, and this is, really cool, instead of the, I guess before that was the old, enclosed, the clunk, 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 clunk.
This still does the clunk, clunk, clunk. It's getting very nice.
Sorry for the technical terminology.
Yeah, when you're talking my language.
No, but wow, so 12 years is kind of the lifespan for those.
Yeah.
Goodness. So yeah, it's I think it's something that just the average person does not think about. First, the cost of the equipment, the lifespan. There is a lifespan, and as you pointed out, Hoyt, I think it is very important for employees, whether it's Banner Payson Medical Center or wherever, for employees to have the proper tools and good tools to be able to do their jobs.
Yeah, I think it attracts the top.
Yeah.
And thankfully, Payson was beautiful at 4 seasons. I recruited Heather based on the equipment we have, but now we can recruit staff without hesitation. And within the next year or two, almost all of our equipment will be fairly new and of cutting edge in the sense that we're not going to be considered at all behind in that. That helps the radiologist to be able to see clearly and be as accurate as possible.
Yes, so it's a case when you have new employees coming in, they're not saying, wow, I remember this from school. This when I first started, and here we have this, but no, you're on that same level.
Pretty exciting about it. Given that it is Breast Cancer Awareness Month, if there's any community members listening in that haven't been getting mammograms, can you talk about the age and the frequency that mammograms are recommended?
Of course.
Particularly those with history of breast cancer in their family.
Well, with anybody, history of breast cancer in the family or not, you should start around the age 40. And then the next question I get all the time is, when do I stop? That one's a iffy question. The American Cancer Society say if you expect to live for the next 10 years, keep going. But what I tell my patients is that, and then just communicate it with your doctor. If you're going to make a decision like that, discuss it with your doctor, because that is a change in your life. But it should be done annually, especially women with dense breasts. This 3D mammo, the 3D mammo machine is very helpful, and useful for people who have dense breasts. And then we also have ultrasound over at the hospital, and that always goes hand in hand with mammo whenever there's dense breasts, or if you do find a lump or issues, pain, changes in the breast. And then the next thing I suggest is just know your body, do self-exams, go see your doctor regularly. They could do the clinical exams with you. Just stay on top of it, because the point of mammo is to catch it early. So then you have the higher chances of surviving it and detecting it and not having to do a mastectomy, not having to do chemotherapy, just doing a lumpectomy and a little bit of radiation.
Gotcha. And I think in the community, there are many opportunities to get mammograms, Banner, Payson Medical Center, but also the buses. Aren't there buses that visit the community, go to different organizations that are advertised? So there definitely are those opportunities.
More opportunity to obtain a mammogram in a rural setting than, for sure, than years past. And it's proven that we can save lives. I know you can't speak about, for privacy reasons, about any specifics, but do we diagnose cancers in our mammography department that contribute to early treatment and saving lives?
Yes.
Do you have any insight on that in terms of magnitude? Is it monthly or is it a couple times a
Weekly.
year? It's weekly.
At least once a week.
Wow,
Wow.
that's amazing.
Yeah.
And then if it's found early, the chance of survival and
It's
high quality of
huge.
life is
It's like
is significant.
75%, like, it's huge. You got another 5, even 10, 20 years to go.
That's great.
And quality of life, mentioned that as well, because I think that's a big part of prevention or early detection, is that it increases quality of life, because those procedures that you mentioned, they do greatly affect quality of life
They do.
when it gets to that point. So the mammographies really help to maintain that higher quality of life.
My sister is a survivor of breast cancer, and she was not having routine mammograms. But when cancer was discovered, lump, etc., it was late stage, and she ended up with a mastectomy, but she's doing super well. It's been many years now, and she'll be fine, but you just don't want to take that chance. And most insurance pay for mammography as a wellness, and there's no copay. There's no out-of-pocket cost, because the insurance companies understand.
Correct, and they want you to come in a year and a day after. They'll cover it. It's a quick exam. Takes about 5-10 minutes. You're in and out. Our staff is amazing over at OPIC, so it's a quick procedure. So it takes 15 minutes out of your day.
But it is scheduled.
It's scheduled.
Do you know the number by chance that they need to call off the top of your head? We can look it up.
Well, while you're looking that up, I wanted to ask Craig, the imaging department at Banner Payson Medical Center, do you, like, scheduling appointments, is there a very long wait?
MRI, we're out about 2 weeks.
That's not bad.
Not bad, really, for a rural
Wow.
community, 2 to 3 weeks. Ultrasound, maybe a week, so there's plenty of open slots in ultrasound. CT is about a week as well for like scheduled outpatient stuff, and then X-ray is strictly walk-in. So we can walk into OPEC with Heather or the hospital. We'll take care of it either way. I did fail to mention Nuke Med. We also have Nuke Med. It is Nuke Med week, so.
Wow, hey.
Forgot.
And I forgot about Stephen, our Nuke Med Tech, who is amazing.
Describe what nuclear medicine is in an imaging department.
Nuke Med it's a little bit confusing. I'll just kind of make it as simple as I can, because I don't know a lot about Nuke Med. I rely on Stephen. Nuke Med tests the function of a gallbladder. It doesn't take is it working correctly? Same with stress tests and the heart and stuff. Is the heart working correctly? So Nuke Med is more of a radioactive dose that we put into your bloodstream, and we watch it go through your system and look at, is it working correctly? Is your gallbladder working?
And super sophisticated. We order those isotopes, radioactive isotopes from the valley. They're mixed, they're delivered.
Yes.
It is, so it's not something we pull off a shelf and
Yeah.
And you can only imagine when you hear that word, that hospitals we're managing nuclear radioactive material
Yeah.
that helps save lives, so we're using it in a productive way.
Right.
Yeah.
And you can imagine the regulations around this.
Oh my goodness,
In the
yes.
department itself, and
Mhm.
so we're thrilled to have a nuke med tech, was what we call it, and highly trained and
Yes.
expert.
Is this common for rural hospitals to have?
Nuke med, no.
No,
No,
no.
I would not think so.
So then you
Wow.
couple this with PET CT, which is kind of similar, where we're looking at the cancer of the cells and we're determining the progress, and it's just a fascinating. Imaging is
Very
it's-
broad.
we call it a department, but in reality, it's a department of like 8 departments. And each department has its own unique little specificities.
And I think that's probably inherent to rural communities where you're grouped together, but in larger communities, metropolitan areas, probably in Las
separate.
Vegas,
We're
you're
completely
separate.
separate.
Yes,
To
separate.
where your mammography department, just mammography, and you probably have a large crew and many machines.
And it's usually in your own building, like
Wow.
it's like completely separate.
Yeah, so how do you like, or what, I guess are some of the advantages of working together, having the departments together, the way they are here in Payson?
I think it's like a small town feel, we all know each other. I come from
Support
the
each
valley.
other.
Support each other, I come from the valley. There's certain modalities, I didn't know anybody in that particular modality.
Wow.
I cover them all, so.
I would imagine communication is a lot easier and frequent and happens more often
Yes.
when the departments are together instead of having separate departments where maybe there are those broken lines of communication.
I would brag on Greg, because he is not one to brag on himself, but since his arrival, we've moved from having a significant number of traveling technicians. To the pandemic, we had people leave and move, and we lost staff, and radiology imaging is a hard place to recruit. These individuals chose good jobs and they will never want for work. But under Craig's leadership, we are very close, or
We are there.
we're there. We are fully
Awesome.
staffed today,
Wow.
which
That's huge.
has not happened in a hospital I've
We haven't
been
been
in.
fully staffed since I've been here.
Possibly in my career, I'm not sure I've ever been in a hospital. Knock on wood, don't hurt
Yeah.
yourself.
Yeah, I know.
So Craig's a great guy.
Yeah.
You can tell, super kind and polite, and he can do the work. And so we're really grateful to have him come and help us assemble this team.
It just, it's great, it's almost 10:30, so it just goes like that. But, at the beginning of the program, and you think, oh, imaging, what is there to talk about? But it's very fascinating, and just all the different areas that you cover in imaging.
To the high school students, when we go to the high school, I was there this week, and we talk about, there's the healthcare careers interest class. And you talk about imaging, and there's so much within imaging, the ultrasound, and soon we'll have radiation oncology technicians, and so it's just a great career for those that are listening that are considering a career change. You can go and, it's kind of like nursing, you can go for several years, but you do that, you'll be paid well, and you make a difference, save lives, and help doctors diagnose and treat. And very proud of our team. Here's the phone number before we end. I wanted to be sure to shout out. So for those that need to schedule a mammogram or other tests that we have, bone density exams and all the other, it's 928-471-3222, 3222. So 928-471-3222. We really like you to take advantage of the investment that the MHA Foundation has helped make, and that these individuals have made in their lives to be trained to help diagnose cancers early, so that we can save your life and we can help you to have the best quality possible. And even if you've waited too long and it's a late discovery, there's still hope, and this is a chance to come in and be
Most
diagnosed.
definitely.
Yeah.
Yes. Well, thank you so much,
Thank you.
Craig
Thank
and
you.
Heather, for coming on this morning. Thank you for
It's nice
everything.
meeting you.
Oh, very nice meeting you as well.
Nice
Happy
And-
New Year.
Yeah, and thank you for everything you do for our community and for choosing Payson to be your home. It's great. We love this community. Hoyt, thank you. I know you are passionate about Banner Payson Medical Center and the community. And there's so many ways that Banner Payson Medical Center, all the employees make this community just that much better. So
Thank you, and thank you for
appreciate
the
that.
difference that you've made and are making.
Oh,
Appreciate
hey, working together.
you.
We're working
For the
together.
listeners, we were trying to convince Chris to reopen Scoops Ice Cream. He did a good program.
Heather saw the sticker. I know. Oh, boy. Well, thank you to everyone listening and watching. And remember, tonight, Payson Longhorn football. I'll be traveling with Mark Henning to Thatcher, where our Longhorns take on the Eagles of Thatcher. So, yeah, tune into that. And also, Saturday, the Aero Fair. Love to see you out there at the Payson Airport. Well, time to get back to the music here on KRIM with Rush, ZZ Top, Queen, and more. But first, an update from the National Weather Service. You guys have a wonderful and blessed weekend.